We turn now to the continuing and spreading crisis in the Catholic Church. With Easter just days away, a spokesperson for the Pope says he views this latest priest sex scandal as, quote, a test for him and the Church. At one church in Germany, the Pope himself is under intense criticism for how sexual abuse allegations against priests were handled on his watch 3 decades ago. Our report tonight from NBC's Stephanie Gosk.
In Bavaria, the Catholic heart of Germany, the church is in crisis. The municipal office in Munich sees it every day, the disenchanted abandoning their faith like never before. Germans have to notify the government when they renounce their religion to avoid a church tax. Since the crisis began in early January, the number of Catholics leaving the church in Munich has tripled. With tears in her eyes, Gertrude Spinici told me, "We handed over our children with trust, but they were abused." Church officials acknowledge that people feel betrayed.
We need to work through this crisis with a policy of transparency. We want every victim to come forward.
The latest effort is a victims' hotline. Since it started on Tuesday, 1,000 callers have phoned in.
We want the victims to come to us straight away. What people are reporting shocks me.
Shock is a common reaction rippling across the country, especially in the town of Garching, where Reverend Peter Hullerman, a convicted pedophile, was transferred in the late 80s. Hullerman served as priest in this church for 20 years. When he arrived, no one was told that in his previous post he was sexually molesting children. It wasn't until earlier this month that parishioners learned the truth.
They placed a pedophile priest in the community without telling anyone, like some experiment to see if he was cured or not.
The mishandling of the case goes back to 1979. Pope Benedict, an archbishop at the time, approved Hullerman's transfer to Munich for counseling after being accused of abuse. Days later, the priest was returned to parish work. The Vatican says the Pope was not involved in that decision. The current Archbishop of Munich now addresses the mistakes of the past in nearly every sermon. At Mass tonight, Reinhard Marx spoke directly to the priests. You will have to work hard, he told them, to restore trust. Trust that in some cases may never be earned again. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News, Munich, Germany.